Switzerland is known for its famous cheese and the also famous chocolate. However, within the metal scene, especially within the black metal scene, Switzerland is most famous for its influencing band Celtic Frost. Other than that, the attention of the metal world definitely lies on other countries. This, however, may change in the future. Even though they are around since 2009, Schammasch caught my attention last year when they supported Rotting Christ on their tour through Europe. The mix of aggressiveness, melody, and immense atmosphere sucked me in right from the beginning, and ever since I'm in love, really in love, with their latest two releases. Both are giants when it comes to playing time, which is 80 and 100 minutes respectively. The latter one being the last full-length album, Triangle, which is among the best I've heard in the last few years, to be honest. Thus, one can imagine how hyped I was when I heard that they are about to release a new EP, which shall be the first in a row of releases. And here it is, the Maldoror Chants, Hermaphrodite. First of all, I think it's important to be aware of something the band themselves stated. The focus on this EP lies on telling. It is a musical experiment where the focus shifts from classical songs with singing to a more narrative style. This already becomes clear in the first song, which is titled Prologue, a quite fitting name, I think. This song cannot be described as black metal or metal in general. It basically lets me think of strong dark ambient interfused with whispering and mumbling. This kind of sound is definitely not new for any fan of the band. I'm thinking of the third part of the Triangle album here. But for a listener who heard of the band as a black metal band, even if it may be a progressive one, this song will be definitely disappointing. This ambient and dark ambient approach can be found continuously on the whole EP. It definitely serves the purpose to create a distinct atmosphere to open the listener for the story the band tries to tell. And for the first 4 songs, it is definitely the foundation on which this EP is based. However, the guys managed to keep the songs interesting. For example, the second song, The Weighty Burden of an Eternal Secret, combines the ambient part with a reluctant guitar melody and a percussion-like drum rhythm, which reminds me a bit of the rhythm typically used in fantasy movies when huge armies march onto battlefields. They also evolve this into a metallish midsection here, which can also be found in the greater part of Along the Road That Leads to Bedlam. A kind of shift in the style of the music comes with May His Illusion Last Until Dawn's Awakening. This song is characterized by slow, sluggish, almost doom riffing in combination with drums that emphasize this doom-like character even more. This, in combination with volumetric clean vocals, marks a nice transition from the very atmospheric first half to the EP to a more metal, black metal approach. And this is what the band celebrates in the last 2 songs, Chimerical Hope and Do Not Open Your Eyes. For me, these 2 songs should be seen more as an almost 9-minute long song. The Chimerical Hope part is a typical Schammasch song, broad thick guitar as a bass overlain with melodies which, fortunately, aren't obtrusive at all. Basically, the kind of music you would expect from the guys. The Do Not Open Your Eyes part, which is also the last song here, is kind of an epic outro, starring with semi-sluggish guitars and drums that keep your head moving until it eventually fades out. To be honest, the EP took a while to get me. After the first 2 or 3 spins, I was a bit disappointed because, coming from the former releases, I expected something different, even with the statement of the band in mind. The music presented here is not straightforward, which should be no surprise given the music Schammasch released in the past. I guess it is more like the Star Wars prequel trilogy. It will separate people. On the one hand, those who miss real songs and who dislike the storytelling approach, and on the other hand, those, like me, who appreciate the progress the band makes here. Following this approach, as a listener, definitely needs a certain open mindset, like if your girlfriend presents the new sex toy. You can dismiss it right away, or you can try it and maybe it spices things up. Both is possible, one just has to try it. Maybe this EP is this kind of sex toy for you. For me, it would be, since I enjoyed it and still do so with every spin. My recommendation, if you try it, listen to it a few times and take the title of the last song literally. Do not open your eyes while listening. 8 out of 10, and cheers.